one of the first things you're going to want to do after setting up a brand new Facebook account is to go in and adjust and review your privacy settings, just to make sure that you're sharing the information that you want to share with the people that you want to share it with. And to get to the privacy settings page, click the Account tab, drop down to Privacy Settings, and you'll land on your main privacy settings page. Now, the first section on this page deals with the basics of how people find you and what they'll see. So click on that View Settings page, the tab. So the first category is how people will see you if they search for your name on Facebook. So Facebook has their own search engine. If they put in your name, right here you can determine if everybody on Facebook who searches your name will see the opportunity to connect with you, if only friends of your existing friends are going to see that option, or if only your actual friends and the connections that you've already made are going to see that option. Generally, I think it makes sense to leave this set at everyone, because even if they find you, doesn't mean that you have to connect with them, even if they give you an invitation, which is the second category, people who send you friend requests. Again, you have the option of selecting everybody can send you a friend request, or only friends of friends are eligible to send you a friend request. Messages, you have the same choices there. The next category is a little bit different. This determines who can see your friends list. That's that column on the left side of your profile that has the pictures and names of all your friends. In this one, it has the everyone, friends of friends, only friends can see your friends list. You can also customize this. Let's click on this to show an example. This is an example of ways that you can control your privacy based on inclusion or exclusion. So the first one is inclusion. I'm saying the people that I'm going to include visibility to this list are specific people in this case. And I can write down their names, for example. I'm saying Dane is the one person who I'm authorizing to see that list. I can add different people. I can add lists. If you don't know what a list is, a list is the way I've grouped people and grouped my friends in Facebook to make more sense. So for example, I have a list called family. You might have a list called coworkers, soccer buddies. I don't know what it might be, but you can assign people into different categories in Facebook. They're called lists, and then you can assign these lists visibility settings. So I'm going to give extended family visibility to that list. Now alternatively, I can exclude certain people from this list as well. Let me back these out. And I'm going to say everybody can see it except Dane, right? I've got an issue with that guy. I don't want him seeing my list of friends. You might have your own reasons, but again, you can click a particular person. You can put your list, the groups of friends that you have. So you have some pretty good, a pretty good set of options there for setting your privacy. The other categories here are pretty self-explanatory. Let's go back to the main privacy page, into that next section, the big section here. You can determine who sees what you share and how your information is shared on Facebook by both you and other people on the program on Facebook. So if you click everybody, that means everyone in the world, over 500 million people who are on Facebook, are going to be able to see all of this information about you. And fine if that's the way you want to use Facebook. You can limit that to just friends of your friends. So that's getting a little bit beyond your existing circle of connections. You can limit it to your friends only. These are people you have existing connections with. Both parties have agreed to be friends on Facebook. Facebook's recommended profile. I wouldn't trust Facebook recommending anything for me or for you or for anybody. You need to make your own decisions, which is the really cool part about the custom fields, the custom options here. So when I click custom, I can come down here and click this customize settings link, and it gives me a lot of options right in here. Facebook has a lot of cool ways to share pictures with people, and you can set them up into albums. So I have a photo album here, and I'm sharing it with only friends. I have another photo album here, and I'm sharing that one with everyone in the world, everyone on Facebook. So you can make your own decisions there. Going back to privacy page. And we were down here in this customize settings page. Again, related to photos, Facebook has a feature that's called tagging. So anytime you see a photograph, you can, if you know somebody in that photograph, you can tag it, meaning you can put that person's name. So maybe I have a picture of you and I've uploaded it to my Facebook account, and I'm attaching your name to your face in that photograph. Now the cool thing for me is I can put the names of everybody in the picture on there. Maybe we were at a party and there's a group of 8 of us, and I have names of all 8 people right there on the picture. The bad thing is maybe you didn't want me to put your name on that one. So this is the place where you control visibility of that tag that somebody else has put on that photograph or video of you. Now one other kind of cool tool that's available just on this page is this preview my profile option. This lets you enter a particular person's name to see how your profile looks to that person. So for example, I want to see how my profile looks to my friend Dane. And sure enough, he can see my profile photo, list of my friends, my connections, recent photos, my wall, whole ball of wax. That's how I've set it up. That's how I use Facebook. That's how it should be in this case. But I also have connections on Facebook with people who I don't personally know. They're people who I have a professional interest. I've met them online. Maybe we've sent an email or messages back and forth, but I don't know them. I've never met them in person. So let's see what it looks like to that person. In this case, he has access. He sees some of the interests, some of the things I'm doing. Again, has access to my profile picture, including a list of my friends as well, but he doesn't see that wall. He doesn't have the up-to-date running tally of what's going on in my life. So that's how you can test to see who sees what. Let's go back to the privacy page. Down at the bottom, you can adjust the way different applications use the information on your Facebook profile. Now what applications are, they're kind of third-party programs. For the most part, Facebook doesn't develop these, but they've opened some of their source code so that people can create additional applications. A lot of them are games. They're real popular. You've probably heard of Farmville or Mafia Wars. These are social networking games that are real popular on Facebook. But in order to play the game, you have to give the application permission to some of your profile information. Let me take a quick example. This is an application here. I'm going to edit the settings, or it says I'm going to edit. So in order for me to use this application, it says that they require the information that includes my name, my profile picture, my gender, networks, my user ID, my list of friends, and other information I've shared with everyone. So anything that I've adjusted that setting to everyone, I'm giving access to this particular application. If you look at this section over here, it's required. So even though that button that I just clicked to get here says edit, I can't edit this. I can take it or leave it. I can let this application get all of this information and use all of this information, or I can not use the application, in which case I would just click here. For now, I'm reluctantly leaving this one. So we'll go back to the applications. So a lot of times you will find you'll get invitations. You know, one of your friends is using some kind of an application. They're going to say places I visited or cities I was born in, etc., etc. And you click it, and it's going to ask you for this information. Again, you can choose to allow that information, that application to have your information, or you can choose to deny it. The rest of the categories on that page are pretty self-explanatory. So let's go back to the main privacy settings page. The block list feature is something that hopefully you won't have to use. The stereotypical example of way to use that is in the case of a stalker. If you have somebody that's being a monster to you, you can just block that person so that they don't have access to anything that's on your Facebook profile. The last category over here, learning how you share. This is really the Facebook's homepage, tutorial, help files, if you will, that explain the privacy controls. It's worth a good read through. Facebook always changes. That's the one constant with Facebook. They change all the time. And historically, they have had some lapses in security and privacy settings. So, word to the wise, be cautious. Use your privacy settings. They're a powerful set of tools, and do check in with them every now and then just to make sure that you are in fact sharing what you want to be sharing, and sharing to the people that you want to be sharing with. So good luck with that. It'll take probably 15-30 minutes to go through and adjust all of those settings, but it's definitely one of the things you want to do very first when you set up your new Facebook account. Good luck.